Hey guys, it's Laurelei Lee
And Megan.
and it is a slight tradition for her to join me in like one episode every season of RWBY.
Yeah, 'cause why not?
She's not in a whole lot of RWBY reactions, but yeah.
What do you want from me? Come here.
She was, we had a girls' night and we just thought, might as well. She hadn't watched it, I hadn't watched it, I needed to react. I'm playing with my dog.
He's going to eat you.
He's a grumpy boy. Yeah, so last episode was kind of the biggest doozy ever. A 30-minute long episode of extreme lore drop. And I think we found this volume's point of contention for fans, judging by the comment section for last week's episode. Yeah, a lot of people are surprisingly Salem apologists. And saying that it was all the gods' fault, which I would like to I've been discussing it with people in the comments of that video, but I would like to respectfully remind the audience that when Crow gave the story of the brothers, like, they had literally been at war for years, and this was the first time they had been able to find an amount of harmony where they could, you know, not fight with each other and instead, like, create something. So that balance is also to keep them from fighting and, like, destroying everything again. Like, that's what they're meant to do. So the balance is kind of important. And everyone was like, why couldn't they just brought him back? And, like, then everyone's gonna want their loved ones brought back. Life and death isn't gonna matter. And in other cases, this would be called necromancy, and people would be against it, but for some reason, with this show, everyone just has to be angry about something all the time, I feel like.
And from what you saw, whenever he was brought back to life, he's literally sitting there gasping and freaking out, saying, where am I? What's going on?
It obviously was not a pleasant thing to be brought back. The only time I will admit that the gods were dicks was when they were bringing him back and banishing him again.
Yeah, it's like, stop
that point I was like, no, wait, no, stop. But everything else I thought they were perfectly justified in. I mean, Salem was, like, totally not respecting the natural order, and it's not like the gods, like, cursed her literally for all eternity, because they literally said, if you realize the meaning of life and death, if you repent, you will, you know, you'll be free of your curse, you'll be able to rest. But she just decided to work with spite instead.
Yeah.
And, because I'm pretty sure that the gods thought, hey, maybe she'll live for like a couple lifetimes, be miserable, and say, oh wait, yeah, now I get what they were talking about, and then she'd go to rest. I don't think they were anticipating her trying to bring on a war against the gods, fighting the gods.
And becoming a monstrosity.
Yeah. I don't think they... yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they're gods. They literally created everything that is here. Like, they are like the eternal forces of good and evil. I don't think that, they can be judged on a human level.
No.
And also, it's a show.
It's a fictional world.
It's a freaking show. The RWBY knows better than any of us. They've created this world, this backstory, and like any world creation or backstory legend, we must accept it for what it is in order to go on with this fictional story.
Also, about people refusing to bring people back to life in fictional worlds, Aladdin had that rule. The genie refused to do that.
Can't. It's not pretty. I can't bring people back from the dead. It's not, you wouldn't like it.
It's like, that's obviously just a rule of, like, nature. Like, you just can't do that, or things just aren't going to work out the way you want.
Like, I'm not saying that anyone is necessarily wrong in their opinions. Everyone is entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
But I feel like this has gotten to a point where it's like, I don't know, ridiculous levels sometimes, and like...
It's not necessary to argue this much about a fictional world.
Like, I did not anticipate this in the slightest. I thought, oh, hey, they will accept this world building, and then we'll move on with our lives. And that didn't happen. So it's just like it's been a confusing day interacting in the RWBY community. But like I said, no one's wrong in their opinions. I'm just saying, there's mine. And I do think people need to calm down about some stuff. But that was a lot of revelation last episode. Hopefully we'll get to see the fallback among Team RWBY in relations to that. It's only a 13 and a half minute episode though, so like and Salem's in the thumbnail. It might just be a full Salem episode, but like I think it might have some of the Team RWBY in it because it says heroes and villains alike are confronted with troubling revelations.
Yeah, I hope so.
Also, the episode title is "So That's How It Is." It's just like
it's like the most vengeful sounding thing I've ever seen.
It's like the most weirdly ominous title I've ever heard.
So that's how it is.
But
it's like,
yeah, this.
Oh no.
This volume's been firing on all cylinders, and I can't imagine this episode is going to be any different. So, shall we get into it? I love this intro so much. What do you think of the intro?
I like it. It's very well balanced as an intro. It has the hard driving, it has calm.
Crow dies, I will hold a public live stream funeral for them.
I want to know why Jean just tried to beat Oscar up there. That's one thing I'm curious about.
Well, I think Team RWBY was about to do that to Ozpin last episode, so I imagine.
But like little Oscar, it ain't his fault.
I know, I feel so bad for him.
Poor little baby.
Salem can't be killed. You all heard her too, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was so much you hadn't told us.
Oh,
How could you think that was okay?
baby.
Professor? What is your plan to defeat Salem?
I don't think it's really about defeating Salem.
Don't have one.
Whoa! He's a child. Crow, please.
No one wanted me. I was cursed. I gave my life to you because you gave me a place in this world. I thought I was finally doing some good.
But you are.
Meeting you was the worst luck of my life.
Oh, Crow! Baby.
Maybe you're right.
What happened?
Oscar.
He's gone.
That bastard! Tell him we're not done yet!
No, this is different.
I do think they're blowing things a little out of proportion.
It's like he's locked himself deep inside my head. Our head.
He's trying to
I hate this. I
leave
want
them
it to
alone
stop.
now.
He just left us?
What are we gonna do now?
Enough! We need to get a move on. It'll be dark
I
before
like
we know
her.
it, and every one of you
I don't
is
even know her, but I
spewing
love her.
negativity.
True.
There's a trail over there. Trails usually lead somewhere.
Lady, I don't know who you think you are, but
No buts.
Calm
I
the
understand
hell
your
down,
innocence.
Yang.
Honestly, I'm still coming to terms with the fact that this is humanity's second time around. But if we don't move, we die. And I'll be damned if I've lived this long just to die out here in the cold.
Woo! Woo! Go, Granny.
No, she's right. Come on.
Like, I'm sure they'll need some time to process, but, like, you can't blame him for everything.
Yeah.
Yes, he withheld information. That's not a good way to gain trust. But... And I can see how, like, trying to convince people that this was a fight they could
It's
win.
going to be another one of his lives, aren't I?
Oh, baby!
You're your own person.
Don't lie to him, Ruby. We're better than that.
Oscar, honey.
Oscar and Crow, they're all hurting. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I didn't ask for this field trip. Ooh. I'm guessing the crew commandeered a Mistral ship to get back to the realm. Interesting.
Welcome back, welcome back.
And welcome back to you.
I do hope you missed us as much as we missed you.
Let's go.
You do hurt your dear body. Aw, sucks to suck.
Speaking of which, where is our fall maiden?
Emerald, come on.
Kill him, Emerald.
Do tell me something happened to her.
I will cut off more than just your tail.
Voice acting is so
Careful,
good.
little girl. Cinder isn't here to protect you anymore. Back off, freak. Oh, don't misunderstand. I am in mourning just as you. Because it appears you failed our queen. And that is a tragedy.
He wants to see someone else get punished at the hands of Salem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you freak.
I would like you to explain to me how it is you failed so spectacularly.
The Fauna's militia split our forces.
Stop.
She's like, I didn't want excuses.
Let me rephrase the question. Who is responsible for your defeat?
I mean, the easy route is to blame Cinder so that none of you die, but...
Yeah.
I take full responsibility.
Hazel!
That wouldn't be fair now, would it? We all know who's truly to blame.
I don't...
Oh. Oh.
Emerald. I want you to tell me whose fault this was. Now.
Cinder! We failed because of Cinder.
She's so intense.
That's right. I want you to understand that failure. I want you to understand why Cinder must be left to toil in her isolation until she redeems herself.
You mean
She's alive.
You're joking. How could you know that?
Are you questioning our divine savior?
Of course not. Forgive me.
It's important not to lose sight of what drives us. Love, justice,
Line from the trailer.
reverence. But the moment you put your desires before my own, they will be lost to you.
He was also selling a grudge.
This isn't a threat. This is simply the truth. The path to your desires is only found through me.
For Tyrion, that might be true.
She does hold the power in the room, though.
Yeah.
And so we must press on. The sword under Vacuo's academy, Shade.
Ma'am. I have more to report.
Oh no. What?
Crow and the children are taking the lamp to Atlas.
Not if I can help it.
And they're being led by Ozpin.
Oh. All the music cues.
So soon.
Dang.
He's the only man with a chance of getting through to Iron.
Oh no!
If that happens,
Oh, she's not happy.
Honey, y'all better run.
Y'all might want to exit the room.
Honey, y'all better run.
Your Grace, I...
come on.
Aw. I love how he's taking care of her.
Yeah, that's really nice.
He's the most decent out of all the bad guys, I think. Yeah.
It doesn't look like this is gonna let up.
Just want to get this stupid relic to Atlas.
Let's hope we don't have to walk all the way there.
I thought trails led somewhere.
Do you have nothing better to do than to harass a defenseless old lady?
Everyone quiet. Do you hear that?
Sounds like a rusty swing set.
Gate.
To a weirdly empty town.
Haven't seen one of those before.
Well, at least one good thing
Farm.
happened today.
It looks abandoned. It's still better than this.
Come on, I think we could all use some rest.
It's valid. The stopping point, I mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot to unpack there, but you know. It's kind of like a recovery from the last episode,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I have to admit I didn't quite anticipate that reaction from all of them. I mean, Yang, I would guess, yeah. Crow also feels justified. But I don't know about the others. Like,
The others didn't really seem to react all that much besides Ruby. They were kind of just disgruntled.
'cause yeah, he withheld information, but like, he had a lot to withhold. He's been around for a very, very long time. And I just feel like getting mad at him for not telling them everything right off the bat when he's got like quite a lot to the everything is a little unfair.
It's a little rough. Plus, to be fair, it is kind of whack to go up to someone and say, hey, the crazy bitch who's trying to ruin the world was my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a sore spot for him.
Yeah.
Like, he just had to relive, like, his entire awful past, and, like, he was in tears when he came out of it. It's like, ugh.
Ozpin has been made to be the hero who saves the world from Salem, and since he doesn't know how to do that, he's kind of stuck.
Yeah, he's trudging on the best they can. Like, in this point, I don't like saying that withholding information is ever good. I do think that what Ozpin did was wrong, but
there are good reasons.
I understand his reasoning. Like, he didn't want everyone to completely lose hope in a brighter future just because he was told that he can't defeat Salem. Which, I think a lot of us have theorized... Sorry, dog snoring. I think a lot of us viewers have theorized that it's not about defeating Salem, but about saving her. Because that's literally the only way to end her curse, is for her to realize, you know, the value of life and death. But, that's a big ask, considering what she is now.
Yeah. She literally jumped into the pit of death and was like, hey, hopefully this will kill me. And then it didn't, and now she is death. So, like...
I really did feel bad for Ozpin, though. I also felt really bad for Crow. Crow is the only one, I think, who was truly justified in the amount of anger that he showed towards Ozpin.
Yeah.
Like, because I get frustration, but I with the others, but I also, like, feel like there should be at least a measure of pity. Like, holy crap, he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And he's done bad things. As you said, in Volume 1, I've made more mistakes than any man, woman, and child on this planet.
Because he's literally been around
longer than any man, woman, and child on this planet. But, like, I thought, like, Ruby at least would have a measure of pity for him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Crow, like...
His is completely 100% justified because he has known Ozpin for almost
He literally has devoted his life to Ozpin's cause, and finding out that he left out so much of the truth from what he knows about him. Like, that's gotta hurt.
Right? Like,
that is
such a
really
long
gotta
stretch
hurt.
of time to be believing in this cause and not knowing
like,
the truth.
And like Crow said, he was, like, so lost when he was young. He was cursed, and he wanted to find a place, and he chose to trust Ozpin completely, and Ozpin kind of threw that back in his face, and, like...
Poor precious baby.
Crow has had the worst life ever, and if he dies this volume, I swear...
I'm gonna be so pissed.
I will lose my mind.
They can't do it.
Oscar, too, when he came out of it and said, Ruby, am I just gonna be another one of his lives?
Like,
They're like, I'm just gonna be another one of his lives, aren't I? Like...
You sweet baby.
Oh, you're so much more than that, Oscar baby. Like, the situation sucks for everyone, and apparently has for a very, very long time. Yeah, I do think Yang is being, like, absolutely unreasonable.
Yeah. I'm starting to lose my Yang is my favorite character thing. I'm like... You can be a reasonable human being. You can do that.
Like, I loved her growth last volume, but now it's just like she's back to just being a grumpy butt.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we made such progress.
It's like, honey, please.
Like, I get that, like, the trauma of seeing her mom again and, like, having to question everything. I get that. But... like, even if you're questioning something, you should, like, have a tiny mote of understanding for anything? Yeah. Really?
Like, come on, girlfriend.
Like, thank goodness Maria was there to, like,
I love Maria
neutralize
already.
the situation.
I love her so much.
Do you have anything better to do than attack and defend this old lady? I love how she threw Yang's insult back in her face.
She's so cute.
I love her, and I feel like she's got a more important piece to the story than we know about, because like she fully like put herself on that train. She's in the opening, fading to Ruby's eyes, so like,
And she's just totally chill with all this. She's like,
like
it's like a time for humanity, but I'm still here, so let's go.
she had the most level-headed reaction to that, and she had no idea what was going on.
She doesn't know any of this. She's coming to this cold, and she's just like,
okay, this is how we're going. We should all be like Maria.
True that. Honestly.
But yeah, I hope...
Can we get Maria merch, please?
Oh, her skull design on a t-shirt would be cool. Yes. Yeah. But, hopefully things get better for all of them. And then, like, though, they got even angrier when, because, like, Ozpin, like, he realized, like, because Crow said, like, meeting you is the worst, like, I ever had, and he, like, just had the thought of, like, maybe currently they'd be better off without me, so he walked away in Oscar's mind, and they were still mad at him for that. It's like,
what else is he gonna do? How can he make this right for you
he's
people?
stuck between a rock and a hard place, and there's nothing great he can say at the moment. Literally the best thing he can do right now is retract for a bit so that they can process the information, and then come back later when they can fully be angry at him, and everyone's a bit more level-headed.
Yeah. When he can apologize and they will listen.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was in a listening mood after all that listening.
No.
So.
And then we got the villains. The return of Tyrion.
I still want to smack Tyrion on his ugly little face.
He's annoying as heck, but he's like a fascinating villain.
He's a really good character.
He's a really good
still
character.
don't like him.
He's an asshole. Is what he is. But yeah, excited to see that return. And apparently he's going after them again, probably.
He's gonna try.
Yeah.
I love Emerald now, because she's so lost. That poor
Yeah.
child.
She's definitely on the maybe I'm not okay with this train.
Yeah.
And I'd be curious to learn more about what Mercury's thoughts are on all of this, because I feel like he's just very been a cardboard cutout set in the background for the past few volumes.
Yeah, it's like, I am the
like,
boy.
We're starting to get more characterization of Emerald, but I'd like to get some more Mercury as well. Because I feel like with his past, that he might even, like, have some sort of redemption, but I don't know.
We'll see.
I do like that Hazel is, like, parenting them, almost. It's like,
cute.
welcome to this evil family. Here's what you do and you don't do. And, like, taking responsibility for everything, or trying to.
He's a surprisingly good dude.
Like I said, he's not a great person. Clearly. But he's definitely got more of a moral standard than the others do.
Yeah.
And now Salem found that Ozpin's not dead. Oh, she's pissed. Oh boy.
I love how, like, everyone was just, okay, we're gonna leave the room now.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
it's like, oh, all the windows are cracking, and she is, like, literally fuming.
She's about to lose her shit. Let's go.
Oh, I wish this episode was longer, but we've been spoiled this far with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
With this volume, so
This
it's
is the
alright,
normal
but-
episode length, so it's like...
Excited to see where it's gonna go. Hopefully it goes somewhere that doesn't completely tear my heart apart.
Though this is RWBY, that never happens. So,
I'm also thankful that they're not leaving every episode on a cliffhanger anymore. That's really nice.
you know, no main characters die in the past 2 volumes, so we're due for it.
Yeah.
I'm scared. And it's gonna be Crow. It's gonna be
What if it's not?
It's gonna be Crow.
But what if it's not?
I would love for it to be not, but it's gonna be gross. Anyway, okay. We should probably end it there.
We gotta go get some
Yeah,
food.
we gotta go get food. Like, severely. But, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. All links are down in the description. Discord, Patreon if you want to help me out financially. P.O. Box if you want to send me anything. I usually try and open them on camera as much as I can. I think there was only like one that I didn't open on camera, and that's because we had discussed it beforehand. But yeah, so that's a thing. She's doing the queen wave. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I at least will see you in the next video.
And you'll see me sometime.
Someday. Bye.